Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new then hello, my name is Caitlin. It would mean the world if you could subscribe maybe, but if not, that's fine. I'm not everyone's cup of tea and that is fine. I'm just drying my eyes, sorry. See, you've made me cry. Anyway, today we are going to be doing a little bit of a different video. This is a story time about my old haunted house. So yes, I lived in a haunted house. I did a bit of a dark eyeshadow look to kind of, you know, pull in the themes. It's gonna be spooky time. But no, today we're gonna be talking about the old house that I used to live in before this one, and it was 1,000,000,000% haunted. So I fully believe in the supernatural and ghosts and spirits. However, my mum does not. She's a full skeptic, and even she said that this place was haunted. So if that doesn't say anything, then nothing will. Okay, so I've been in this current house for pretty much a year at this point. It's coming up to a year. So we've been out of that house for quite a while, but I still remember all the weird, crazy things that went on. So when my stepdad was in the house, nothing happened. My stepdad was in the house for maybe like 2 years. Nothing happened the first 2 years. It was an average house. Nothing crazy went on. It was just a normal house. But then when my stepdad moved out, that's when things really got a little crazy. Now I don't know if that like says anything, if like a man's presence kind of, you know, made the ghost a bit ooh, but that's what happened. So my eye won't stop leaking. Hello? Why? So the first thing that I kind of noticed is in my bedroom there was a corner of the room that was just a bit off. I don't know how to describe it, but the far corner of my room was just I didn't like it. There was something about the corner of the room that just gave me like the creeps. There was literally nothing wrong with the corner of the room. It was a fine corner of a room, but I did not like it. There's literally no reason why. I just didn't like it. One corner of the room gave me the creeps, so I would never ever go in that corner of the room. I literally slept on the side of the bed furthest away from that corner of the room. I did not like it. I don't know why. Gave me the creeps. And this only really started kicking in like 2 years into being in the house. So like when we first moved in, I was fine. Like that corner of the room, yeah, we were buddies. In 2 years, no. Me and that corner of the room had fallen out. But it was weird because I think I was the only person who really noticed it. There were a few people who had been in my room, so my boyfriend at the time and like my friends and my mum. They never said anything about the corner of the room, and like I don't suppose you would, because if you went into your friend's room and was like, yeah, I don't like that corner of the room, you'd be a bit weird. So I don't know. I don't know if I was the only one that felt it or if numerous people felt it. I don't know, but that was the first thing that was kind of weird. So then the second thing, I used to have this floor to ceiling mirror, and I would sit at the mirror and do my makeup, and I would play my music, do my makeup in the morning, everything hunky-dory, great. However, my phone would be next to me, just playing music, okay? Then all of a sudden, the volume would just go straight down. I don't even know if you saw that because the lights are so bright. But yeah, the volume would just go down. I would not be touching the phone. So I thought, oh, maybe like the phone case is like jamming against it. So I took it out the phone case, turned the volume back up again, and it went down again. And I was like, that's okay. That's a bit weird. So then I checked the like volume button to see if it had like dented in or something. No, it was fine. So I went outside, went about my business, went about my day, my music was fine. My music only started going down when I was in the house, which was kind of weird, and because I'm so funny, I didn't think it was a ghost, obviously, like that, okay, it might just be a malfunction in the phone, but I thought it was really funny to pretend that there was a ghost, and every time it would go down, I would say things like, okay, like, thanks, like, don't you like my music? Like, great. And I'd pretend that there was a ghost there and I'd like talk to it. It sounds really weird, but I just thought I was like being funny. I was like, gee, thanks. Probably shouldn't have done that because in hindsight there was a ghost and ooh. So you're probably thinking like, wow, that's really like underwhelming. That doesn't mean there's a ghost. Yeah, no, as I mentioned, my mum is a skeptic, so my theory is that because my mum was a skeptic, this ghost hit her the hardest. Because I was open to ghosts. I was like, yeah, okay, there's a ghost, but my mum, no. But as I said, after the experiences that she had, she was like, yeah, 100% there's a ghost. So, it all began with my mum. This is really awkward. This is the kind of awkward bit. You'll see why. So, I was at the dinner table one day, eating my breakfast, and my mum was like, Caitlin, were you having a bit of fun with yourself late at night last night? This is really awkward. I'm really sorry. But you get what I mean. And I was like, no. Why? And she's like, it's fine, like, don't be embarrassed, like, I get it, it's fine, it's natural, it's fine. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't, but okay. So my mum must have thought I was saying no because I was kind of embarrassed, but I genuinely wasn't. I had no idea what she was talking about. So then a few nights later, she was saying like, Caitlin, like, I heard you again, and I was like, you heard? I was sleeping. What did you hear? She was like, my headboard was literally banging last night. I was like, how strong do you think I am? I'm 5'5", I'm like 7 something stone. Mum. So my room was here and Mum's room was here, and our headboards were on the same like wall. We were right next door to each other, our headboards were on the same wall. So she must have thought I was the Hulk going at it late at night, and her headboard was banging. But I heard nothing. I was asleep. I didn't hear anything. I'm the lightest sleeper in the world. So if something was happening, I would have heard it as well and woken up. But somehow I was banging her headboard and I was just asleep. So that was really, really weird. So then like a few days go by and I'm in bed watching YouTube, snuggled up, and I get a text message from my mum. It's like 1 AM and she says, hi Caitlin, like, can you please stop now? I have work in the morning. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking. I'm literally sat with my headphones watching YouTube, all the lights are off. I don't understand. What do you mean? So this happened a few times and I had to literally go to my mum and be like, hey, I'm not doing anything. And she's like, yes, Caitlin, you are. Like, it's fine, it's natural, just please stop because I have work, you know? And I'm like, Mum, I'm being serious, I'm not doing anything. So apparently it got worse for my mum. Before it was just the headboard, but the whole bed started shaking. And she thought this was me. Little 5'5", 7 stone something me doing this through the wall to another room. Until it got to breaking point for my mum. And it was like 4 AM. I remember looking at my clock and it was 4 AM. She bangs the door open to my room and she says,
Caitlin, stop it. I have work in the morning. It's 4 AM. Stop.
And I'm like, I've just woken up. I've just been woken up by this. And I'm like, eh? I'm asleep. What? And she says,
you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Just please stop.
And I was like, Mum, do you want me to sleep in your bed with you? Because I'm not doing anything. And she's like, yes, you are. I'm like, no, I'm not. So my mum wouldn't believe me that I wasn't doing anything until I had arranged to spend the weekend with my then boyfriend. And so I wasn't in the house. I wasn't even in the same town as my mum. And when I came home, my mum says to me, Caitlin, I owe you an apology. And I was like, oh no. Because my mum's northern, and when you hear that, something's gone down. So she says, Caitlin, I'm really sorry, I owe you an apology. She says, my bed started shaking again last night, and I was just about to get up and slam your door open again, and I remembered, oh, you're at your boyfriend's. You're not in the house. No one's in the house. Apart from my mum and the dog that sleeps downstairs. So she starts getting really freaked out and she was like, it's not you. I'm like, yeah, Mum, it's not me. I've told you for months. It's not me, I promise. And she's like, okay, this is really, really weird because the whole bed is shaking and I'm on the bed and it's shaking. But there's no one there. I was convinced that it was you having a good time late at night on your own, but it's not. And I was like, no Mum, I've been saying this. So then a few like months go by, this is still happening, and then my mum says something that just freaked me out. She goes, Caitlin, you'll never guess what just happened. I said, what? She goes, I was in the shower just then. I was like, yeah. She goes, the shower started shaking. I was like, what? Like, are you okay? And she's like, yeah, I was in the shower and it was like someone was underneath the shower, like shaking it, and I was inside the shower. And I was like, that's weird. This is freaky. This started to freak me out a little bit now. Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine, but like, it was just really scary. So then ages pass once again, and these things kind of still happen, but my music's pissing me off because I love my music, you know. Don't turn down musical theatre. It's a bop. Stop. This ghost clearly had no taste in music. Some would argue that I don't either, but personal preference. So then, me and my mum are talking one day about this haunted house that we're living in, and my mum's boyfriend says, oh yeah, I thought you like knew this house was haunted. And we were like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, like there's a little girl. I'm like, excuse me? There's a little, since when? And he goes, yeah, I see a little girl in the hallway. She's like walking through the hallway, and then she goes like through the wall into the bathroom. And we're like, what? Say again? What? He's like, yeah, I thought you knew this. Like, I just, you know, because I've heard you talk about like the haunting before, but I didn't know that you didn't know what was happening. And we're like, no, we were like joking that the house was haunted. We just thought Mum was like crazy or something. No, I'm joking. We didn't, but we like, you know, we were just joking that the house was haunted. He's like, no, there's a little girl haunted this house. Like, swear down. So we were like, oh, okay. Turns out a little girl was haunting our old house, which was crazy. So like I said before in the video, I think I got off kind of lightly because I was talking to her. I didn't realise that I was talking to her, but I was saying things like, you don't like my music then, like stop, pack it in. So like, because my mum was a skeptic and was blaming me for it, I think that the kid was like, I don't know, messing around with her a little bit and like shaking the bed and just continuing her like little tricks. I don't know. I really don't know. But that was our old haunted house. As I said, we've been here for about a year. Nothing has happened. My phone is completely fine. It plays my music perfectly. My mum's bed doesn't shake anymore. The shower doesn't shake anymore, but it is a wet room, so it would be kind of hard to shake the shower because there isn't one. But yeah, it was freaky, and that corner of the room still haunts me. Still haunts me. I can't put my finger on it. It just, yeah. So yeah, that was my story time today about my old haunted house. I've had to wait to film this because my neighbour has been sanding a canoe since 8 AM. I wish I was joking. 8 AM. It is currently 4:16 in the afternoon, and I have just had chance to film this video because all I can hear is that's what I woke up to this morning. Great. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. If you like my eye makeup, do tell me because I'm living for this today. Love it. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys!